Who is the MEIJI TECHNO EMZ-8TR actually good for? Who should walk away? And does its price make sense for the everyday buyer who just wants something that works without a headache? If you're the kind of person who stalls at the checkout because you're not sure if the gadget will fit your setup, or if you've already bought a similar device that turned out to be too bulky or just plain unreliable, this review is for you. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon, and I'm going to break down the real-world experience so you can decide whether this model is worth adding to your desk, your travel bag, or your workshop. First off, let's talk about the size and weight because that's where most of the day-to-day friction shows up. The EMZ-8TR ships in a compact box that fits neatly on a shelf next to your router or laptop charger. When you pull it out, the unit itself is light enough that you could carry it in a pocket or a small camera bag without feeling like you're lugging a brick. For anyone who moves between home offices, co-working spaces, or even travels for work, that low-profile footprint is a real advantage. On the flip side, the same compactness means there's limited room for extra ports or extra power handling that larger hubs sometimes provide. If you need a device that can power a high-end graphics card or run multiple 4K monitors simultaneously, you'll quickly run into the ceiling of what this small form factor can deliver. Now, let's get into the practical strengths that matter after you actually plug it in. The first thing I noticed was how quickly the EMZ-8TR establishes a stable connection. I used it to attach a USB-C SSD, a Bluetooth dongle, and a wired Ethernet adapter all at once. Within seconds, everything was recognized by my laptop, and I didn't have to hunt for driver updates or reboot. That kind of plug-and-play reliability is the hidden value that many users overlook when they focus only on raw specs. Another subtle win is the cable management. The device's cable entry points are positioned at the rear, so you can run a short power lead straight into the wall without a tangled mess on the desk. If you're the type who keeps a clean workspace or you work in a cramped home office, that small design decision saves you a lot of visual clutter. What about the downsides? Because the EMZ-8TR is built to be lightweight and compact, the chassis is made from a thinner plastic that feels less premium than some bulkier competitors. In a high-traffic environment where the unit gets knocked around, you might notice a few scratches over time. It's not a deal-breaker for most, but if you're looking for a device that can survive being tossed into a tool bag and dropped on concrete, you may want to look elsewhere. Also, the product information that comes with the box is pretty sparse. There's a part number and basic dimensions, but no detailed diagram showing which port is which or the exact power draw per port. For power users who need to map out exact bandwidth or wattage allocations, that lack of documentation can lead to a bit of trial and error. Who should press the Add to Cart button? If you're a remote worker who needs a reliable way to expand a laptop's connectivity without sacrificing desk space, the EMZ-8TR hits the sweet spot. It's also a solid pick for students who carry a slim laptop and need to plug in a mouse, a flash drive, and perhaps a small external monitor in a dorm room where outlets are scarce. The modest price point, combined with the 4.2-star rating from users who seem generally satisfied, suggests that the product delivers on its promises for those everyday scenarios. On the other hand, power-hungry creatives, gamers, or anyone planning to run multiple high-resolution displays should probably skip this model. The limited power delivery and port count mean you'll be constrained, and you might end up buying an additional hub or a more robust docking station, which defeats the purpose of saving money. Let's talk about the hidden trade-offs that only become clear after a week or two of use. Because the device is so light, it doesn't stay glued to the desk on its own. You'll want to place it on a non-slippery surface or use a small rubber foot to keep it from sliding when you plug or unplug cables. That's a minor habit tweak, but it's something you won't know until you actually start using it. Another thing to consider is the country of origin. The MEIJI brand is known for manufacturing in Japan, which often translates to tighter quality control, but it can also mean slightly higher production costs reflected in the price. If you're sensitive to price and can find a similar spec device from a different origin for less, you might want to weigh that against the peace of mind that comes with Japanese engineering. In terms of value for money, the EMZ-8TR sits in a sweet spot where the price,